she a baddie, she showing her panties.
As an avid Roblox player of 13 years, I can proudly proclaim that Roblox is full of baddies. Okay, so this video is just going to be me talking about Roblox characters that I find interesting and memorable throughout the years. Rules of this list. These are my opinions, don't be annoying. The character has to be a fictional character in a Roblox game. I'm not calling the players baddies. I'm not that kind of Roblox YouTuber. I don't have a silver play button. As always, I'm Breadian, the guy who talks about niche Roblox games, who has a very niche audience, so be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and suplex that like button. Alright, starting off this list, we have Weird Strict Mom.
New cartoon crush unlocked.
I think she secretly knows that her husband is cheating on her with Xenobus, and their marriage has been over for months now. Anyways, Weird Strict Dad has given the Weird Strict Mom barely any time to shine. She's just this weird gender-bent version of Weird Strict Dad that kind of shouldn't exist. I think the game's story would have been better if the Weird Strict Mom ended up divorcing the Weird Strict Dad prior to the game's main events, leaving the Weird Strict Dad in a vulnerable state of mind. Dad's abuse of his children via forcing them to make an acid bomb and cook noodles and hold E for 24 hours would prompt the Weird Strict Mom to come and save them. Guys, if Weird Strict Dad ends up with an Among the Sleep type ending where all this turns out to be an allegory for child abuse and divorce, that means the developers got it from me. I don't know, it just seems a lot better than the Weird Strict Dad being taken away from his kids and his wife by Xenobus convincing him to cheat in a homosexual relationship. I just find it weird and strict. And if you played through Weird Strict Dad and didn't find anything wrong with the story, that's fine. Not everybody has an eye for quality, and maybe you can get a job working for Blue Loop Studios one day. Man, remember when Roblox Allura was just a black guy with red eyes chasing you in a maze? Oh yeah, speaking of, next entry, we have Stan from Identity Fraud and Isle, I guess. In Isle, I don't remember his name being officially dropped, but everybody called him Stan because they'd rather call him Stan than Monster. The generic black guy with red eyes might have been peak character design in the same way the Weird Strict Dad was. It's a super replicable monster design that's also memorable. Weird Strict Dad tried to copy their formula, it didn't work. You can't deviate too much from art. I really don't think enough people have talked about how this design was loved by the Roblox horror community back then. That's probably because any Roblox pre-2016 or even pre-2020 isn't really massively talked about apart from like the weird gentrified revisionist history version of it. Like the 25-year-old Roblox players will be like, old Roblox was so peak, the platform is dead now, and then old Roblox will just be this. This is what happens when the losers write the history books instead of the winners. Anyways, just like Weird Strict Dad, Stan has a wife. Her name is Alice, but also not Alice. Her name was ambiguous, but the creator actually had a name for her that he literally told nobody on planet Earth, but would rather people just call her Alice since that's what people know her as by this point. Congratulations. What was the point of that? Also, even though Stan is the one with two neon glowing eyeballs, we can't forget about the ones who came before it. Back in 2011, when the neon material wasn't even a thing yet. Yeah, that's right, I'm talking about the Stalker. And the weird knockoff that didn't feel like a knockoff. Darkness 1 and Darkness 2. These guys were literally just a basic R6 character model, colored black and made transparent, which made sense because their games took place in the complete darkness with just your flashlights. This thing zooming around with 30 walk speed trying to kill you was crazy. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was talking about Identity Fraud. James the Disco guy. I would marry him. And don't start saying, oh, that's fruity of you, Breadian. Bro, he's not a dude, he's a disco ball. That's not zesty. Let me play with his balls. Number 3, Ifestation from Pressure. I like his voice lines. I already glazed this dude in my Pressure review. That is not coming out for like a little bit. He's annoying, but I can't help but secretly love when he shows up. His animations are perfect. His little music he plays when he gets mad is perfect. He's like Eyes from Doors if he wasn't lame. That other fish, he's too popular for my taste. Not niche enough. Fuck him. Not in that way. Zeo, stop replying to stuff like this. It puts it on my Twitter timeline and now I have to see it. I don't like it. Now look what you've done. I know you're watching this video right now. I imagine if I started replying to shirtless pictures of Leon Kennedy, you wouldn't like that. That's how I feel. Number 2, Figure and Seek from Doors. I like Figure and I like Seek. I think they're great. I like the sound design. I like their theme songs. Everything about them is iconic. I literally have everything memorized from them. Even the door sound that Seek makes. I include it in my videos. That's how you know I'm in love. We don't talk about that other video.
Hand them over. Give me your testicles. No, honestly, you don't deserve them. You don't deserve. Hey, you wanted them over? I'll take them by force.
Honorable mentions, the Brute from Ready to Die. Why is he so buff? I watched that one video on the Brute with the song TikTok by Joji in the background. It forever changed my perspective on this character. Another honorable mention from R2DA is the Swarmer. He's a Sigma. I love him. I love how interactive his gameplay is. You got a sprint that costs stamina, a honey throw ability that costs stamina, a beehive throw that costs stamina. More zombies should be like him instead of just being like spamming the M1 button. Number 1, Weird Strict Dad. Now, I don't want Weird Strict Dad to be number 1. I kind of wanted to avoid talking about this guy, period. That's why I started out with Weird Strict Mom. But come on, this guy is literally everywhere. Slap that goddamn smile face onto anything and it's yours. Even if your game doesn't have Weird Strict Dad in it, just clickbait the children. It'll work. This game has nothing to do with Weird Strict Dad, but they just couldn't resist putting him in the thumbnail. The face was just too tempting. The Weird Strict Dad's face is just a guilty temptation. It's the modern equivalent of the Indiana Jones crystal skull. You know, actually, now that I think about it, I think my number 1 would be the light bulb creature. I've never seen something like this before or after it came. I think the closest would have to be the intruder, but even then it's not like the same. Light bulb creature, known only as the hide and seeker, is a malevolent entity that stalks you throughout the game, basically playing with his food. Every time the lights go out, it's an opportunity for this thing to attack, or so you think. The PNG images of this guy are not scary at all, but the context that they're used in makes it scary. The game eventually got a reboot, but that game's version of the Seeker is less effective. Not only is the design kind of a letdown, but also the overexposure of the creature. 99% of the encounters with the creature are just going to be like these weird light puzzles where you have to escape the room before the lights go out and you die off screen. Honestly, seems like you're dying to the light more than the monster itself. Better put a loud jump scare there in order to remind you. Flickering lights, then the lights go out, the screen goes silent, and a loud noise plays. The game tried to give more attention and build on the maze aspect of the game and why you're in the maze, but it felt like more of a mystery box of a story that didn't reward you for paying attention. I made a video comparing the two versions like a year ago. It's really over edited and bad. I'm pretty sure that I recorded it on an iPhone mic or something. I don't know. Oh yeah, by the way, the guy who made Lightbulb in 2013 made Lethal Company. But Breadian, why wasn't he number 1? He's voiced by Gian. If I hear that one more time. Okay, so that was my top 10 Roblox baddies. Top 5 Roblox horror characters. It was supposed to be a Roblox character designs in general, but I can only really remember the ones from horror. I mean, what else was I supposed to put? The Dark Angel from Zombie Tower, Kool-Aid Killer from the Kool-Aid Killer, Zolber from Undead Coming, the guards from Royal High. I don't know, let me know in the comments. Also, check out the games I listed in the description. If I name this video top 5 Roblox horror game characters, would anybody actually watch it? As always, I'm Breadian, and I talk about niche Roblox games. I've been doing this for years with little to no growth because I don't talk about Adopt Me or whatever, so please subscribe and like the video, and check out my channel for a bunch of other niche games. You'll be sure to like at least one video. Okay, bye.